The Sim World Racing Network presents the All-American Racing.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to Darlington, South Carolina, race 26 of the 2024 All-American Racing League Cup Series here on the Sim World Racing Network. My name is Nathan Christensen, the voice of the All-American Racing League Cup Series. The final event in the regular season for 2024 brings us back to Darlington for the second race of the year here at the 1.31 high-banked oval, just in the heart of Darlington, South Carolina. Glad you could join us tonight for this final one where drivers look to finally lock themselves in to the playoff picture as we get set to go 300 miles or 220 laps from Darlington tonight, as practice is just about to wrap up for the 14 cars signed in here tonight. Cars there you see on pit road, a few cars out on track getting some final qualifying laps in, or final practice laps in. That is Alan Bledsoe in his 42, losing the rear end off of turn number 4, avoids the wall, but that'll put an end to his practice. Travis Rodriguez in his number 79 Toyota in the field tonight. Riley Hoots in the Dr. Pepper familiar paint scheme for Riley in the 91 tonight. Ken Pack joins us in his number 16 Prisma Healthcare Machine. 54 Curtis Sabrin there with a nifty move on the entrance of pit road. As you can see, high above the Darlington Raceway tonight as the sun sets and we get set for qualifying. We will bring up the scoring tower there so we can keep an eye on things. Who is out on track? So a few cars already out on track. Looks like the 54 of Sabrin, the 91 of Hoots already headed out to start their qualifying attempts here tonight. Guys like Mike Kurgelek in his number 41 butt kicker Ford on track. Also Ken Pack is out on track to start his qualifying laps this evening, as they work their way down the back straightaway and get up to speed through turns 3 and 4, the smaller end of the raceway, as you will see here once we bring up the track map there. Definitely a tighter end to this racetrack, but looks like we got some guys on flyers here about to complete their first of 2 timed laps. Curtis Sabrin and Riley Hoots work their way through turns 3 and 4. We'll see who can stop the clock the quickest and start from the pole here tonight at Darlington. Sabrin with a 29.564. Looks like he will be the first car to set a lap here tonight. As he works his way back down the back straightaway, Kurgelek goes quicker with a 5.49. Kempak a 7.42 on his first lap, sitting third right now. Sabrin works his way back out of turn number 4, just trying to keep it off the wall to make the lap count. He'll go across the line, see if he can go quicker. He does not at 29.597, but Riley Hoots on his second lap jumps to the top with a 29.062. Right behind him, Dave Lorfano. A quick first lap for Lorfano, sees him in second right now. Oh, as he gets up into the wall on his second lap, which will nullify this attempt. Another car out on track, last week's winner. Shout out to Chad Snyder tonight, driving the Rebellions Graphics number 26 Toyota. He was in the right place at the right time as the front 2 cars took themselves out of contention for the win last week, and Chad Snyder there to capitalize, scoring his first All-American Racing League Cup Series win of the season. And a big win locks him into the playoffs, so he can take the stress off tonight coming into Darlington. Look for a strong run out of Chad here as he is hot off of that big win last week as he works down the back straightaway on his second lap, currently sitting in 8th, looking to improve on that starting position. About half a second off the leader right now as he works his way off of turn number 4. A little bit squirrely there, but he will keep it pointing in the right direction and cross the line. He will improve up to 6th with a 29.376. Dave Hare looks like he is out on track at this point, driving that number 15 Gamer Tube Elite Chevrolet Camaro. Comes out of turn number 4. Looks like he will complete his first lap on the clock. At the line, he will stop the clock with a 2.9563. 2.9563. Sits 7th right now in the out of the 14 cars that will start tonight's event. As they works his way, through 3 and 4, right up near the wall down there in the small end of the speedway. See if he can better his 29.563. And he does. 29.208, third quickest for Dave Hare. He'll jump up to the 3rd starting spot in the provisional lineup for tonight's event. Just going to step away here momentarily as it looks like no more cars are on track. We will be right back here shortly. As the clock ticks down, just a few seconds left to go in this one. 30 seconds to be exact. Looks like we're going to have a Riley Hoots and Travis Rodriguez front row. Riley Hoots with a 29.062, and just outside of him will be the 79 of Travis Rodriguez with a 2.9109. So the names in blue on the left-hand side of the screen there are the cars locked in to the round of 16 starting next week when the playoffs get started. And the names in green are currently in a playoff spot but not locked in mathematically quite yet. And then anyone whose name is not highlighted is on the outside looking in. And Cam Harris, unfortunately, not able to run the full season with us this season, so he does not have enough races to amass the points required to get into the playoffs this year. So he will just be here for the wins, as they say, as he will get set, and he will start with us here tonight. Again, thanks for tuning in to the Sim World Racing Network's broadcast of the All-American Racing League Cup Series. As I mentioned before, race 26 of the 2024 season, which is the final race of the 2024 regular season. So we will get set to go as the field starts to grid here on the front straightaway. You can see the cars lining up at the start-finish line. Just momentarily, as all cars grid, we will roll for the pace laps. 14 cars signed in tonight for this event, and we are excited that you could join us. As the starting lineup will scroll, starting lineup will be coming up momentarily once the field grids, and we get set to go 220 laps here. Two stages completed at the end of 69, and the lap 138 will be the 2 stages tonight. So that is at the end of lap 69 and 138. As the starting lineup pops up on the screen, we will run you through the starting lineups. On the front row in his number 91 machine, that's Riley Hoots. Outside him, as I mentioned, the 79 of Travis Rodriguez. Dave Harrell will go from the 3rd row inside. Outside him will be Dave Lafano in his number 8 Toyota. Alan Bledsoe and Michael Kurgelek will go from row number 3. Row 4 will feature last week's feature winner, Chad Snyder, in his number 26. Outside him, the 54 Interstate Batteries machines of Curtis Sabrin. ninth starter. Actually, yes, I is correct. That is Cam Harris in the number 27. Outside him will be the auto serve 75 Ford Mustang of James Nelson. Ken Pack will go off from the 11th position in his number 16 Camaro. Outside him will be the 20 of Larry Garnes. In the last row, we'll see the 28 of Kelly Thomas making his appearance here tonight. And then outside him, going shotgun on the field, the number 14 starting number 2 car. That is Tyrone Yo. Those last 2 cars did not take time here for this one. So as the field rolls down, as base car, rolls into pit road, we get set to go green flag race, and this time out of turn number 4, Riley Hoots will lead them out of turn 4. Him and Travis Rodriguez set a nice and steady pace. Green flag is out, and we are racing at Darlington. Down into turn 1, looks like Riley gets the advantage from the bottom. He's able to slip up in front of the Rodriguez 79 on corner exit. He might have grabbed a piece of the wall on that exit too, but it will let the 79 drive back to the inside going into turn number 3 and 4. Remember, a little bit of a smaller circumference corner, so Travis will have to be careful there working the bottom, as the preferred line is the outside being held by the 79 as these two battle side by side. That's going to let the Assault Motorsports number 8 Camry sneak up into that 3rd spot on their back bumper as they work through turns 1 and 2. Rodriguez able to clear the 91. That time he will be the new leader down the back straightaway. Looks like your top 5 at the start of this one. It's going to be Rodriguez, Hoots, Lerfano going to work on the back bumper of the 91 as he sits currently in 3rd. Al Bledsoe will be 4th in the American Tire Distributors number 42. Gamer 2 Believe 15 of Dave Hara holds on to 5th. Right behind him is the Kurgelek 41. And behind him right now is the Snyder 26. It was, now it looks to be the 54 of Curtis Sabrin as Hoots loose off of turn number 2 and Bledsoe tight off of turn number 2 as he makes contact with the outside wall. That's going to open the door here for Dave Hare to make that pass on the easy side down into turn number 1. Now it looks like Hare gets up and rubs a bit of the wall. He's going to lose some steam. That's going to put Bledsoe back in a position to make a dash back down to the inside. Not able to make that move as they work down the front straightaway down into turn number 1. As we continue under green, as the field still works lap number 5. Out front is still Rodriguez and the 79. Hoots is 91 behind him in 2nd, still running there strongly. As you can see, the top 5. Now Bledsoe looks to the inside of the Hera, number 15, going into turn number 3. Goes right down on the lower part of the racetrack, able to hold it down there, see if he's able to use that, and it gets a good run, slides up in front of the 15 on corner exit. That's going to put the 15 in the grasp of the 41 Kurgelek butt kicker Ford Mustang this time through turns 1 and 2. Kurgelek looking to make a move to get himself in the top 5 for the first time this race. Up front though, Travis Rodriguez continues to lead the way in that number 79 Toyota. Through turns 1 and 2 he goes. So that was not 1 and 2, was it? I don't even know where everyone is. Now we figured it out. There they are, out of turn number 2 for real this time. It's going to be Rodriguez, Hoots, Lerfano leading the way down the back straightaway. Looks like Ken Peck's got a chance to get on the inside and past the 75 Auto Serve Ford Mustang of James Nelson, that time on the entry to turn number 3. So move Peck up into that 9th spot, and the 10 will draw, or the 75 moves back to 10th position. So we continue to read under green. 2 good battles here developing. Looks like Dave Hara is got under attack still from the 41 of Kurgelek here as we go on board the Gamer Tube Elite spoiler cam down the front straightaway, completing lap number 8, start of lap number 9. Kurczak looking to use a bit different line off the corner that time. Not able to get it done as he will still be right there on the back bumper of the 15 as they work through turns 3 and 4. Here these guys shifting the gears in these 5-gear sequential NASCAR Cup style cars as they work through 1 and 2. Again, Kurczak able to get a good run on corner exit, just not able to capitalize quite yet. He will drop back and see if he can use the low side this time to turns 3 and 4. It's a better run that time, still not able to use that to propel himself up into the top 5 as that position still being held by Dave Hara in the Gamer Tube Elite 15. The 41 up into the wall a little bit there in the midway part of the corner, but gets it back under control and a great run down the back straightaway. Up front it continues to still be Travis Rodriguez leading the way over the hoots. Number 91 and Lerfano still sitting strong in third. Alan Bledsoe has fallen back a bit off the back bumper of the number 8 Toyota as he will ride in 4th spot right now on the speedway, working lap 12 of 220. As I mentioned, the 2 stages tonight are at the completion of laps 69 and 138 will be when the cautions are displayed for the stage breaks at this one. So we will click off the laps here under green flags as we get towards the 15 lap mark. Like Kurczak was able to sneak by the 15 of Dave Hara. We'll see if we can get a shot of that replay here this time. It looks like Hara just got kind of tight there off the corner, and that opened the door for the Kurczak 14 to sneak on by the bottom side on the front straightaway, and then close the door through turns 1 and 2 to propel himself into a top 5 position here early in this one. Back up front continues to be the Toyota of Travis Rodriguez leading the way over Hoots Lerfano and the 42 of Bledsoe, who's able to reel back in the 8 of Lerfano here as we work on lap number 17 of 220 here from Darlington. The Bojangles 300 is on the Sim World Racing Network, as I mentioned. The final event of the 2024 regular season here for the All-American Racing League Cup Series will get set to go playoff racing next week as we turn our attentions to the round of 16 as we head off to Atlanta for another super speedway race. Earlier this year, Dave Lerfano picked up his second win of the year and second in a row. After picking up that win at Atlanta, you won the first 2 races of the year at Daytona and then Atlanta before that Cars and Stars headed west for the West Coast. But right now, Travis Rodriguez is the man in command from his second place starting spot, currently holding a lead of about 1.2 seconds over Riley Hoots, who makes some slight contact, gets himself a Darlington stripe. As Dave Lerfano does the same thing on exit. That's going to open the door for Bledsoe to make a hard left-hand turn underneath Lerfano See if he can pull even through turns 3 and 4. Still on the inside is Bledsoe. Oh, they make a little door-to-door contact on exit, but both still pointed in the right direction. They're going to go side by side down into turn number 1. See if Bledsoe's able to drive it in a little deeper. Sure is. But Fano tried to be a little more conservative. May have got a piece of the wall that time through turns number 1. But now Bledsoe put him up into a podium position up to 3rd. Behind his teammate, Hoots is 91. A couple cars taking provisionals tonight here in the last event of the regular season. Looks like Brendan Mathia and Kyle Purcell both be checking in via provisionals tonight. But the most important part is the cars on the track racing with us tonight, and it's been Travis Rodriguez leading the way for a good majority of this one, as you can see the gap back to the second place car as Rodriguez works his way through turns 3 and 4, gets up into the fence, but able to keep it going. There's the gap back to 2nd and 3rd. Well, we have a quick second here. Let's take a look at the All-American Racing League regular season points standings. At the start of this one, as you can see, Alan Bledsoe is the current points leader with 1,010 points over Dave Lafano in the number 8 machine, 972. Brendan Mathia, not here tonight, but he has 968, holding on in 3rd. Michael Kurdzlak passes James Nelson last week with a 942, and then James Nelson with 925. Dave Harris sits in 6th, 857. Travis Rodriguez, 844. Ken Pack just 2 behind him with 842. Riley Hoots, Curtis Sabern make round out the top 10 in points. Then last week's feature winner, Chad Snyder, Tyrone Yo, Kyle Purcell, 11 through 13, all locked into the playoffs. And you see the 2 drivers in green. Larry Garnes with us here in the field tonight, as he is currently in a playoff position, not locked in mathematically yet, but now that Larry Stubblefield and Greg Barnett both are not with us tonight, that will lock Garnes and Michael Boone into the playoffs. The round is 16, and then Kelly Thomas propelled himself into the playoffs on his big Phoenix win in race number 4. Let's look at the All-American Racing League Cup Series points, the regular series standings, that is, as they work their way down through turns 3 and 4. Back onto the start-finish line. Looks like Alan Bledsoe able to make that move around Riley Hoots. We'll take another look here as you see how he did it. He got to the inside off quarter exit of 4. Used a bit of momentum on the bottom side to drive it in a little deeper than Riley was able to. Slide up in front and take that position away. But he is still trailing the man up front. That is the 79 car of Travis Rodriguez. 3.3 second lead at this point. Up front of the Bledsoe 42, working on lap number 26. So 25 complete as we work to 220, the total distance here tonight from Darlington. If you are tuned in on the Sim World Racing Network, great to have you along tonight. Glad you could be here with us. Continue to watch Travis Rodriguez dominate this one here early and often from the drop of the green flag. Took the lead on about lap 2 or 2.5 roughly, as he has been on the liner pedal and opening up a gap over 2nd place this entire time so far, as he rolls down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Bledsoe, after getting by the Hoots 91, able to open up about a second cushion between himself and Hoots. And then it's about 2 seconds from Bledsoe back to Dave Lafano at this point here in this one. And it looks like Dave Hare was able to work his way back up into the top 5, currently sitting in the 5th position. Like Chad Snyder down on the pit road to complete a pit stop here in the first stage of this event. So Chad Snyder will be the first of the cars to make the pit stop. See if he does 4 tires and fuel, as he will find his pit stop a little further down, I think, than he expected. But there he is, closing into the pit stop. And we'll see his pit crew if they will go tires. There, the right side of the car is up and back down, and the left side going up here. It is Chad Snyder, 4 tires and full tank of Sunoco E85 ethanol on board that number 26 Rebellion Graphics Toyota Camry. He will join back up at onto the track and join the field. Probably going to be about 2 laps down, I would think. Yeah, 2 laps down for Chad here after making that green flag pit stop. Hopefully his hopes are that the field stays clean and green, and the rest of the cars will start to make their way down pit road here momentarily as we work towards the middle point of stage 1, roughly around 38-39 laps, the halfway point of this stage. But there you can see Travis Rodriguez, the leader, just in front of Chad. Shouldn't take Chad very long to catch up to the 79 if he continues to stay out and get one of those 2 laps back, as obviously the fresh tires would definitely be an advantage on this old, worn out 1.33 mile speedway. Looks like another car down pit road. That is the 54, Curtis Sabrin. He'll be the second car on pit road this time, as we continue to follow the leader here to 2 as he works his way on his 35th lap of the race. See Chad definitely catching up to the back of that 79. As I say that, the 79 will dive down to the infield. Don't know if something happened or he was just getting out of the way. Missed pit road, but he is way off the pace. He is going to lose the lead this time out of turn number 4, as you can see right there. Bledsoe, excuse me, makes his way by now the new leader here in this one after a mistake from Travis on that last lap. Travis has got a bit of work to do now as he will become the chaser, as looks like he just missed pit road last time by, I think. This time able to get it figured out and get that car right down into pit road and below the pit speed limit, as both himself and the Bledsoe machine work down pit road. In front of them you can also see the 28, that is Kelly Thomas, working his way down pit road, as the rest of the field looks like they will join these guys on pit road. Kevin Pack, Mike Courgelec there a little further back, Dave Lafano on pit road, and Cam Harris in his 27. So a good chunk of the cars have all made their first pit stops of the race, as they are now coming to the attention of their pit crew. Kelly Thomas is down and away, as the rest of the cars will take 4 tires and fuel. There you can see Travis Rodriguez winning the race off of pit road with a 9.45 second pit stop. So only 2 tires by the looks of it for our man Juggles, as that is one quick pit stop. Alan Bledsoe with a 14.85, which is more along the lines of a 4 tire and fuel pit stop. So he will have 2 more fresher tires. He's got lefts and rights, where I would assume Travis only took the right side tires on his pit stop. So he will now be look to be the new leader once the pit cycle has completed. Looks like Larry Garnes brings his number 20 machine onto pit road. 2 more cars still yet to pit. The 15 of the GamerTube Elite Camaro, that is Dave Hill, Billy Hare, and Tyrone Yo out there in his number 2, still yet to pit. So we'll see how long these guys are able to run it out here as we work on lap number 39. So just crossing over roughly the halfway point of the first stage. As that is completed, the stage will be completed at the end of lap number, oh, I'm sorry, we're past halfway, lap 69. I thought it was 79, so well past the halfway point of stage number 1 as these guys continue to cycle around on track. Dave Harris still yet to pit. Same with Tyrone Yo, has not made a pit stop. You see most of the field trapped at least one lap down at this point to the race leader Dave Hillbilly Hera as he works his way down the back straightaway on lap number 41. Clean and green so far in this one as we reach the 40 lap mark completed here from Darlington. 220 laps will be the distance on the SimWorld Racing Network. Race 26 of the regular season, or sorry, race 26 of the season, which is the finale for the regular season at Darlington, and we get set to set the field for the round of 16, which starts next week from Atlanta. Working his way through turns 3 and 4. Big contact with the wall there for 15. That's going to slow him down as Kelly Thomas rolls up behind Hera, who is definitely on older tires compared to that number 28. So we'll see if he just lets the 28 roll by. As we will open the bottom door here as Kelly Thomas will roll around the backside, or the bottom side, sorry, and he will get back to only one lap down to the leader at this point. The gap from first. As I say that, he will make his way down onto pit road, and that will open the door for Tyrone Yo to possibly become the leader when he swings back around, but that is going to put everybody back in a lead lap position. Spot as Alan Bledsoe will be ultimately the leader once pit stops are completed. So he is currently running in 3rd position on track as he is chasing down the end of stage 1 and picking up a stage 1 victory and the all-important playoff point that comes along with it. 1 playoff point for a stage win, 10 regular season points added to your total. It drops by 1 for every position between 2nd and 10th, so 10 and 8 straight down to 1 point for 10th place, and the winner will get 5 playoff points added to their starting total when we start the round of 16 next week. So pit stop cycles look to be over as both Hera and Yo head down pit road as these guys are all coming back on the lead lap as that happens. Looks like I said, Alan Bledsoe will be your leader at the lap 45 mark of stage number 1 as he works his way off of turn number 4. Riley Hoots currently sitting in 2nd, and Travis Rodriguez has dropped back to 3rd spot. Not sure if that has anything to do with the tires or not, but I'm sure that didn't help, only taking 2, but it's a decision if you can try it here early and still maintain a decent running position. You have some notes added to your notebook for the end of this one, and so far it's cost him a couple positions and maybe not good for the long run, but as he finishes here stage number 2, just about 20 laps or so to go. Let's see if he can ride this out and maintain at least a top 5, bringing it down at the end of the stage. Behind him, Ken Peck has moved up into the 5th spot, up 7 spots from his original starting position of 11th on the field. So good run so far this afternoon for that number 16 Prisma Healthcare car. Behind him, Dave Lurfano's dropped back a few spots from where he was running earlier in this race. Started in the 4th position, so only down 1 from his opening starting spot, but he will be running now in the 4th position. Right behind him is the AutoServe 75. That is James Nelson, and he is holding on to 6th right now, up 4 spots from his 10th spot starting position. So himself and Ken Peck on the move from those 11th and 10th sparring spot respectively. Chad Snyder, last week's winner, after making an early pit stop, first car down pit road, he is currently holding on to the 7th position. But as his tires fade a little sooner than the rest of the cars, I imagine he will give a few spots back as the 54 right behind him. That's Chris Sabrin in the Interstate Batteries green machine as he looks to work the back bumper over on the 26 this time down the back straightaway, but he doesn't want to get too aggressive as he could lose a spot to the 41 Mike Kurtzlek as they both look to the inside of the 26 here off of turn number 2. Ooh, Sabrin gets a good run. Cuts it down to the inside. Not sure if they made any contact there, but they go side by side down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Give the position to the 54. Now the 41 looking to make a move to the inside. He's able to make that pass. Now Cam Harris looking to do the same thing to get around Snyder as they head down the back straightaway off down into turn number 3. So Snyder and Harris here racing for the 9th and 10th positions as they work off of turn number 4. Back down across the start finish line here. And turn number 1. Their way out of turn number 2. Cam Harris takes the run down the hill, so if he can get a run on the 26. Nothing happening yet. This is going down to turns 3 and 4. Chad gets up into the wall halfway through in the middle of turns 3 and 4. That's going to maybe open the door for Cam, but he's not quite able to capitalize quite yet. But just in front of them, you can see the 54 and the 41 chasing down this Rodriguez 79. Again, Travis only took 2 tires on the first pit stop of this one, while everyone else, based on time of pits, their pit stop looks to have taken 4 fresh Goodyear tires and a full tank of E85 ethanol. Now Rodriguez looks like he's going to lose another spot here as Kurtzlek will make that pass look easy through 3 and 4. Definitely 2 tires not paying off for the 79 in this one of the middle part, as we work the middle to end part of stage number 1 as we're on lap number 52. Now Snyder looks to make the same move here on the exit of turn number 2. He gets a little squirrely as trying to board the 79. He made some contact with the outside wall. They work down through 3 and 4. Rodriguez up into the wall again as this pack gets tight right to the back bumper of the 79. Chad's going to make the move to the inside of, he's going to bring 3 cars with them, or 2 other cars with them as they make the move on the inside of the Rodriguez 79. Snyder, Harris, and the Gamer 2 Elite 15 of David here all secure an additional position by getting past the 79. One thing to keep your eye on is this 15 here, as he pitted obviously the latest of everyone, him and Tyrone, the last 2 cars to pit. So we will see if that plays out in the favor of the 15 hill building machine. But just to circle back to the 2-tire strategy, obviously not the way to go, as Travis has now dropped outside of a points paying position as he is currently 11th on the track. So this group of 3 still working their way through turns 3 and 4 here. As Hillblade looks to the inside of Cam Harris, now possibly to the inside of the Snyder 26. He's able to tuck in line between those 2 as they will go to work in the 2. To the inside of the 26, with the touchback is going to miss the bottom side on corner entry. That's the 16 or the 15 and the 26 made a little bit of net code issue there between them, but both are able to continue and they work down the back straightaway. 15 a hair up into the 8th position as Harris now looks to the inside of Snyder as they work through 3 and 4. Harris able to make that pass on the exit of 4 as he will take over the 9th position, move Chad back to 10th. Up front though continues to be Alan Bledsoe leading the way by 3.6 seconds over the teammate of Riley Hoots in that number 91 as they work their way down the front straightaway to complete lap number 57. Dave Lafano also to make it able to get in a position. So pass Ken Pack a few laps to go. We'll take a look. Obviously gets a good run out of turn number 4 and slides through the inside into turn number 1 of the Pack 16. So that moved Lafano back up into the podium with a third place. Moving on to third place. Hasn't been able to run quite yet from Pack. His Pack still right there on the back bumper of the number 8 down the back straightaway here at Darlington. Ever so closer to the end of stage number 1 as we start the 60th lap of the race. So only 11 laps to go before we get to stage 1 break. Let's take a quick look here at the pit stop stints that were happening. So you can see obviously Dave Hare went the furthest, 43 laps before he came down pit road for fuel and 4 Goodyear tires. And then Snyder the earliest as he went in on lap number 30. So you can see the difference in the strategies as Hare is able to grab another spot here, and late in this run he's able to get by the 54 Curtis Savran and set his sights on the 6 of Goodyear as they work down into turn 1 and 2. Quick look at here is pit stop time. So you'll notice everyone in the roughly anywhere from 14 to 15 and a half seconds. And if we put a few more rows of data on here, you will see the Rodriguez 9.4 second pit stop, which normally means 2 tires only if it's that quick. So we got a battle here for the 6th spot as Dave Hare and Kurtz go side by side down into turn number 1. Kurtz gets up into the wall a little bit there. But Dave Hare is able to make that pass and take over the 6th spot as we get down towards the end of stage number 1. Keep an eye here on Dave Hare, see if he's able to reel in the next car in line. That would be the 75. Nelson as the gap continues to close here over the last handful of laps down to about 1.5 seconds that time. Last time across the line for Hillbilly between himself and the Nelson 75. Let's take a look at hide this. So there you can see the difference in lap time. So that time across the line. Nelson definitely a lot slower. 10ths of a second slower, 7/10 of a second, 8/10 of a second, jeepers, slower. I'm having a tough time with the numbers here. Then the Hare number 15. There you can see over the last handful of laps difference. Track lap time. Down across the line they come. So then another, that time Hare even lap time, pretty much bang on. So Nelson ran that time. So Hare a little bit slower that time around the speedway. Let's take a look here. We'll go back to Dave because we're going to compare him to 2, 3, 4, 5. -5. We'll compare his lap times to those of Alan Bledsoe. So we can see Hare has been quicker the last handful of laps compared to Allen. About 1.5 tenths that time. On lap number 65 as we work lap 66 this time. So was able to complete that lap. And he'll work his way out of the turn. I'm going to bring this back to 4 so we can get Bledsoe's lap time factor. So Bledsoe actually a little quicker than Hare at that time. As the pass of the 75. And you can see now Hare will chase down Lafano, who sits in 4th. So it looks like Ken Pack able to get back by Dave Lafano for P3 here. Once again, pass made, set up off of the exit of turn number 4. Going to get a good run on that bottom side. Able to shut the door on the one that lead as they head across the start-finish line back down into turn number 1. welcome back to live racing action. We'll keep our eye on the 15 who continues to work those more newer tires, some fresher tires as he works his way down into turns 3 and 4 as the sun's still setting over the far end of the racetrack as we can see the gap up ahead to the cars that he is chasing down. We are with 2 laps to go in the stage this time for Alan Bledsoe as he continues to lead out front and he looks to potentially put a lap on the majority race leader, that is the 79 of Travis Rodriguez, as he will come down across the line. We'll keep our eye on that Dave Hare. We'll go back to the Dave Hare number 15 as once he crosses the line, that should be the end of stage number 1. His caution is displayed for the completion of stage number 1, and the winner of the stage, that is going to be Alan Bledsoe in his number 42. He's going to win the stage over Riley Hoots, his 91. Ken Peck will bring it home 3rd in the stage. 4th to Dave Lafano. Dave Harrow picks up the 5th position after a good rebound rally towards the end of the stage. James Nelson 6th, Mike Kurdzlek in 7th, Curtis Saber in 8th, Cam Harris in 9th, and then Chad Snyder will be the last car to score a regular season point in the completion of the first stage. As then you'll see Juggles, Rodriguez, and Tyrone Yo back there, who are the last cars on the track. This time, pit road will open for the leaders as they exit the high banks and head down onto the pit road here as we work first caution of the afternoon, which just happens to be the end of stage number 1 from Darlington. We'll let the pit stops cycle through and we'll be right back on the other side of the pit stops to reset the lineup for you. Welcome back to Darlington, South Carolina, and the Darlington Raceway for race number 26 of the All-American Racing League Cup Series here on the SimWorld Racing Network. My name is Nathan Christensen, voice of the All-American Racing League Cup Series. Glad you could join us here this evening, just past 9:15 Eastern, here from the SimWorld Racing Network's broadcast location. Just about an hour west of Buffalo, up in the Great White North, coming to you live from Canada tonight and every Tuesday night around this time, as the field looks to reset itself to go for stage number 2. There's a couple more caution laps though before we set these guys back loose on the track. So at the end of the stage, looks like Travis Rodriguez, as I mentioned, fell all the way back outside the top 10 after a strategy call of 2 tires. Didn't work to his favor. So the early race leader is definitely dropped way back off the pace. And we'll have to restart from the 12th position. Second last car on the lead lap as the 79 sits back there in 12th. Right behind him should be the 20. That is Larry Garnes. He was the lucky dog recipient of that caution, so he will be back on the lead lap here to start stage number 2 as we work our way off of turn 4 behind the iRacing pace truck. We should see the lights go out on the caution truck. They sure do. That means we are getting set to go back racing here for stage 2. We'll go back racing on lap number 70, at the completion of lap number 74, and we are aiming for lap 138 is the second stage break. So we get set to go a little further into this one as the first part of the race is over, as we get set to reline up the cars here. Double file, two wide, 10, what's that, 8 rows, 7 rows deep, as we get set to go back racing for another approximately 70 laps, just under 70 laps. Looks like it should be 65 or so laps before we come back to the end of stage number 2. Field will roll side by side through turns 3 and 4. Leader is the number 42 of Allen Bledsoe as they work their way off of turn number 4. Their way into the Geico restart zone. This time, slowly into the box. Green flag is away, and we are back racing from Darlington. Bledsoe gets the early jump and slides up across the box as they work their way down through turns 1 and 2. Keep our eyes on the right. They work off of turn number 2 and head towards the back straightaway. Everyone's able to manage to get single file so far, as Rodriguez looks to the inside of Sadler line on the entry of turn number 3. We'll see if Travis is able to make up any ground, as this is really the first time you'll have 4 fresh tires back in traffic after starting on the front row and using a good majority of the first stage before the 2-tire stop. Pretty much ended his run at the front for the time being, but he has got 4 fresh tires now on that thing. Let's see if he is able to make a drive back up to the front. Right now, though, stuck behind the 54 and the 27 who are going to battle, this time off of turn number 4. Inside on the entry of 3 opening there as the 54 will be as they work through turn 2, as everyone getting a little sideways off of 2. Snyder way sideways, able to keep it out of the he may definitely make contact with the wall on that one. Chad Snyder will probably have to bring that down to pit road, as he is going to have a meatball flag. So let's take a look quickly at that. You could see him get sideways, and if he just wasn't able to connect or regain control, and makes pretty parallel contact with that inside wall to force him to come down pit road and use that fast repair, as you can see him coming to the attention of his pit crew. Up front, though, Allen Bledsoe is the leader after restart and continues to lead the way here on the completion of lap 78 as we start lap 79. Into turn 1 and 2. Thank everyone for joining us tonight here on the SimWorld Racing Network. Glad you could be along. Happy to bring you the broadcast of the Bojangles 300 from Darlington. We reached lap number 80 of 220, so a long way still to go here in this one. We'll continue to provide coverage to the end of this week and see who can pick up the last win of the regular season and get those 5 valuable playoff points. On board the QFRL roof cam. Grand Collision Assault Motorsports Toyota Dave Lafano this time as he works off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. SUV in the middle there, back onto the gas and will probably gear shift as he works his way back to 5th gear down the front straightaway. Contact there with the outside wall, nothing really too much as he hasn't lost too much ground to the back of that 16. Staying as they work off of the corner. Back now from the 16 pack machine at the 8 of Rafano. So he cuts it down to the bottom, tries to get it down the hill. Right up on the back bumper of the 16 on the entry of trim. Not able to quite do anything with him yet. A little further behind him, you can see that is the Hera 15. As we got two cars side by side, as Cam Harris and James Nelson go side by side down the front straightaway into turn number 1. Give the position to Cam Harris that time, as he is now up into the 7th position. Sorry, the 6th position. As day turns tonight here, we'll take a quick look at the weather. So 80 degrees Fahrenheit right now is the air temperature, 60% humidity, and 84-degree track temperature here. It's roughly about 7:30 sim time, and this one, as we can still right on board the AARL booth camp of the 75 of Nelson. Up front as continues to be the Bledsoe 42, that time off of turn number 2. The contact as he's still trying to track down the 42 here in the middle part of stage number 2. Riley it's way loose off of turn number 2 again that time, able to regain control of the car and fall back in line, but lost as the car that's looking to make up a bunch of positions here after an early 2-tire pit stop forced him to drop way back outside of the top 10. That is Travis Rodriguez in his number 79 machine. So in the battle for that position. Makes that pass look easy as he goes to the inside of James Nelson on the entry of turn number 3 and 4. And we move him up one spot into 9th. Travis is currently running in spot right in front of him, sorry, is the 54-inch with Savage. And then Cameron Harris working that Mobile 1 machine that Cameron carried down the back straightaway into turn number 2. In 6th. 5th place is currently being held by the number 15, that is Dave Hera in the 15. He is tracking on 2 cars from him, that is the 8 of Dave Lafano right there in front of him, and then Tim Pack a little further up in front of Lafano goes down the back road as they drive into a beautiful golden sunset. They head into turn 4. Before Hera, looks like like he got a piece of the wall there through 3 and 4. Same for Gabriel Bono as they work their way back down the bunch area now. It may not be pretty, but it does tend to be fast when you keep it up in that top line. Every now and then you make a little bit of contact with that outside wall. So the quick turns are 1, 2, and we can check one carefully. That's Ken Packison takes a look back at Fana, Hera, and the rest of the field there as they come down the zone straightaway. Front, Alan Bledsoe continues to lose 1 second lead over the closest competitor. Like we have ourselves our caution. Caution being out, second caution of the afternoon. It looks like an incident involving potentially the 54 and the 79. Let's see if we can get that a little bit after. Ooh, so the 54 unfortunately gets up into the outside wall on the exit of turn number 2, and the 79 just trying to poke his nose below him, has nowhere to go, and then both are collected as the 54 makes hard contact with the inside. Chad didn't make too much contact with the inside wall, just actually some contact with the 54, then spinning out and sitting sideways across the racetrack. That will bring out our second caution of the evening. First for an incident, as we'll take one more quick look here at the replay of this one. Curtis just gets up into the wall, back down across into the 79. Some contact with the inside wall. No mechanical meatball flags at this point for anyone, so that is good news as everyone's able to continue away as pit stops looks like the name of the game right now going on, as you can see the cars on pit road. So here comes Ken Peck. He will win the race off of pit road. followed by the 75 of James Nelson. We'll take a quick look here at the times of the pit stops. Yes, looks like a couple of sub 9-second pit stops, which means definitely no tires for those guys. At least 2 tires, and definitely not 4 tires. So looks like each of those guys took only 2 tires. And will come out in front. They'll be the first 2 when we get set to go back racing here in stage number 2 here from Darlington. We're aimed for the completion of lap 138, so just under 40 laps before we get to the end of stage 2 as the field will form up behind the iRacing pace truck. Looks like it's going to be Ken Pack, James Nelson after their 2 tire stops. Starting up front, then you'll have Bledsoe and Hoots. Dave Hara up into that 5th spot. Michael Kurgelek, he will restart in 6th. Looks like Dave Lurfano lost a couple spots there on pit road. He will start in 7th. Cam Harris, Trav Rodriguez, and Larry Garns will be your top 10 when we come back to the restart as they run currently on track. Looks like still have a couple cars 1 lap down. Looks like Kelly Thomas got the wave around under that caution, but looks like Chad Snyder and Tyrone Yo still down 1 lap to the leader here on lap 102. So just shy of the halfway point of this one, as well as just about 36 laps till the end of stage number 2. So we should see the white flag in the starter's hand this time as the field crosses the start-finish line. We'll look for those caution lights to go out on top of the safety pace truck, and that'll be the sign to double the field up as we get set to go back racing here on lap 103. Field works the way out of turn number 2, and they are doubled up coming back down to the green flag this time by the start finish line when they get back around there. As the field makes its way through 3 and 4, pace truck will drop to the safety of the infield as we head back towards the green flag, this time out of turn 4. As in this restart zone they roll. Green flag is back out, and we are back underway here on lap 104. At the move for Ken Pack, he will get by the 75 top spot there. He's going to bring the 42 of Bledsoe and the 91 of Hoots with him up into the top, to 2nd and 3rd. Now Bledsoe on some pressure tires looking to make a move here early to get by the 16 as they work their way through 3 and 4. Bledsoe back to the top of the scoring pylon here on the exit of turn 4 as Riley Hoots makes a little bit of contact with the 16. As this is, he's going to get clear of him now down into turn number 1. Ken Pack all the way back to 3rd spot after starting on the front of this one after a 2-tire pit stop call. Sees him try to propel himself to the top. Unfortunately, it's not going to work the way he hoped, as he's already back to 3rd where he was at the time of the caution. Now looks to have some trouble here as he works in front of the 15. That is Dave Hara currently sitting in 4th and looking for 5th this time as they work their way turn 1 and 2. There's going to use the bottom side out of turn number 2 to his advantage as they both kind of make a little bit of contact. That's going to open the door for a whole bunch of cars to come through. As Peck got into that wall, it's going to bring a 5-car train by him on the one side. 3rd, 8th, 1 foul swoop it looks like for Peck. Oh, the 79, he gets into the inside wall, and that was going to cause some serious damage to the members of the 79. see if he's able to continue. He is, but those wheels are not pointed in the right direction. You can see that left front is definitely off. And toe link or something broken in that one as he works his way through turns 1 and 2, trying to get himself back to the pits. Definitely going to need to use a fast repair on that one, as he has the meatball flag. So 2 rough incidents here for the Rodriguez 79. Let's see if we can take a look here at what happened. Maybe just lost control on corner exit. Oh yeah, he had a bit of a speed wobble, overcorrected, and the tires just gripped and sent him down the track hard into the inside wall. So we'll take one more look at the replay of this one. As you can see, he just bobbles there off of turn 4 and makes heavy contact as the bumper goes flying off that 79 onto pit road. So Travis makes his way down to the attention of his pit crew. I think he still has his fast repair left, so at least he should be able to use that and stay somewhat in this race here, as the meatball flag is cleared and Travis gets his car all fixed back up and headed back out onto the track after they top it up with a little bit of fuel. But it's going to cost him 2 laps to the field, because here comes the leaders around his outside. There they go. So Travis's night going from not good to even not good, as he was involved here. A couple of incidents here in the last handful of laps, one bringing out a caution with the 54, and then this one spinning out all on his own, but needing to use a fast repair to get his car back together and on track. So that's going to put Bledsoe and Hoots still running 1-2 over the third place car of Dave Harris, 4 seconds behind them. Then you see Harris, Verfano, Kurgelak there, and back in the line behind the 15. Watch this 4-car group here. We work lap 110 of the 220, so just past the halfway point here in the Bojangles 300. 150 or so miles to go here from Darlington Raceway. Here at so everyone came down at the end of stage number 1 there, and then they all go 59 laps before coming back down pit road on under the second caution of the afternoon here in this one. So currently everyone sitting on fuel strategy is pretty much all the same across the entire, at least the top 10. A couple cars though decided to take only 2 tires there on that last caution. So Kem Peck and James Nelson obviously hasn't worked out in their favor, as Kem Peck currently running in 10th, James Nelson back in 11th spot. Last 2 cars on the lead lap at this point. So they will be looking to come, obviously, get that pit road open at the stage break and get back down there and put on a full set of Goodyear tires, as well as a full tank of ethanol 85 fuel. And see if they can rebound in the last stage. One thing they do have, I guess they have going for them, is they do have an extra set of left side tires. Or actually a whole set, because I'm not actually sure if they took any tires on that stop. So they could have some extra tires for maybe a late race pit stop in this one. But the field continues to work under green as Alan Bledsoe continues to lead the way here in number 42 over Riley Hoots, who is currently 1.8 seconds off the pace, or off the leader. And then third place all the way back, Dave Harrett in 5.8 seconds finds himself back in third. Cam Harris running 6 seconds behind the leader, and Dave Lafano in fifth. So that group is still all relatively close here. The 4 cars sitting in third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, all here on your screen. As they run, Chad Snyder in Catbird seat, as he will be in the lucky dog position as long as the leaders don't catch anyone in front. Dave Lafano looks to make a move on the Harris 27. That is a successful pass down into turn number 3. Can you hold him off behalf of turn 4? He can. Slides up in front of the 27. Move Lafano up in to 4th, and Cam back to 5th. Harris gets up into the wall through turns 3 and 4 that time. No one able to capitalize as they were just pretty close enough. But as I say that, Lafano with a full head of steam down the front straightaway rolls right up, touching up as he works down into turn number 1 and 2. Dodge it down the hill so you can get a run and some momentum to move to the inside this time, possibly on the extra 3. Not there yet. Turns. This time it's Lafano who gets into the wall, but he's able to get side by side with the 15 down the front straightaway as they work their way down into turn number 1. Lafano on the bottom, able to drive it in deep, but he gets up into the fence. That's going to open the door for the 15 to crisscross applesauce back underneath. Not able to get that move completed as they head down the back straightaway. Now Gillette takes a look to the inside of Cam Harris. Give him that position on the entry. This one looks side by side. By the Harris 27. So a little shake up here in these positions as now, excuse me, it's Lafano, Harris, third through 6th. Open up a bit of a gap already quickly over the 15 mess once he got by him, able to scoot away. Just over half a second, 0.6 of a second. The gap between those 2 cars as they work their way through 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. Are about 13 laps away from the end of stage number 2. So 14 laps out of the end of stage number 2 as we continue to watch this battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th. 6th, sorry, on your screen there. 7th is Kelly Thomas 28 after getting down a lap early in this one. In the first stage, able to capitalize on the second caution of the race, get his lucky dog, and back on the lead lap. And currently running in the 7th position. Behind him, Mr. Consistency Larry Brown's always a good, strong competitor here with the All-American Racing League Cup Series. He currently holds on to 8th position. And we at the 54 Interstate Battery Machine. That's Curtis Sabrin holding on to what is the 9th position. And the cars that didn't take tires on the last set of pit stops, that is the 16 of Ken Peck, and then further back from him in the 11th is the 75 of James Nelson. So those 2 cars are the last 2 cars on the lead lap. Chad Snyder in his 26 Morgan Graphics Toyota is hoping it stays that way, as Chad currently running in the 12th position, but sitting in the catbird seat with the Lucky Dog tag officially above his car as they run right now on track. So Alan Bledsoe looks to catch the back of the Snyder 79, the Rodriguez 79 there, as Rodriguez makes some contact with the outside wall. So Rodriguez 14th position. He is also one lap down at this point. So Chad not really worried about this 42 getting past the 79. It's when he catches the 11th place car, which is the Nelson 75, that Snyder doesn't want to see get past here as we work late into this stage, as we cross into the 130 mark, as the leader has completed 128 of 220 laps from Darlington. Right on board the Alan Bledsoe number 42 as he works his way down across the start finish line. Around 129 and back down into turn number 1. Take a lap on board the roof cam with the 42. Around Darlington Raceway on board the QFRL roof cam on the Alan Bledsoe AET American Tire Chevrolet Camaro. As keep in mind, Alan Bledsoe was the race winner here on our first stop at Darlington way back in April. On April 23rd, he led 128 of the 175 laps, picking up both stage wins. He won. Words not coming easy. He won both stages that night, so capitalized with 20 stage points, 40 race points, maximum of 60 total points awarded, and then he also picked up what was 7 playoff points. So looking to do the same thing here tonight, as he's already won stage 1, but on his way to winning stage 2 here as he gets towards the back of the field here. He's got a couple cars as the tail end of the lead lap cars are starting to cycle here in front of him. The 79 obviously already one lap down through the field, and then the car right in front of him is the car going the wrong way on the scoring board. That is the 54 of Curtis Sabra, who now goes one lap down to the leader, as he will pull back up in line here as he will continue. So now the car, he is in the Lucky Dog position. So Chad Snyder has been knocked out of the Lucky Dog position, but it could be changing again here momentarily as the James Nelson 75, it looks like he is going to go one lap down. So again, just revisiting what happened under the last set of pit stops. Nelson in the 75, Ken Pack in the 16 did not take any tires at all on that last pit stop, so they are using some really old rubber on these cars, and it shows as the 75 and the 16 went from the front row on the restart all the way back to what is now 9th and 10th, sitting 9th and 10th on the field. One lap down for James, and then Ken Pack the tail end of the lead lap, so still able to hold on to a lead lap position is the 16, but the 42 right there is coming and charging on him currently. Looks like we have a battle shaping up here at the end of this stage for the second position, but I'm not sure if Dave's going to have enough time to reel in the hoots. 91 as this time out of turn number 4. The Bledsoe machine will start lap 138, so the checker or the caution flag should be displayed next time around for the 5th place car. And in stage number 2, as we are down to 1 lap to go in the second stage, as Alan Bledsoe looks to continue his dominance of the Darlington Raceway. As I mentioned just a few moments ago, picked up both stages and the race win back here in April. He's well on his way to doing the same thing tonight as he works off of turn number 4, and he will collect his second stage win of the evening. The car to watch will be the 5th place running Michael Kurzlek, as that is when the caution will be displayed. As Riley Hoots, though, will be able to hold off Lefano. Harrow will come across in 4th, and then the Kurzlek machine will come in 5th, bringing out the caution and the end of stage number 2. So your winner of stage number 2, as I mentioned, picking up his second stage win on the evening, that is the Alan Bledsoe 72, the ADT American Tire Distributors Chevrolet Camaro, as he will collect another bonus point, playoff bonus point here in this one, as he looks to maximize all his points and pretty much locked up the regular season championship after leading these 2 stages, or winning these 2 stages, and just showing up tonight has pretty much locked him into that regular season championship. So as they join the back tail end of the pace car, we should see pit road open this time for turn 4 for the lead lap cars, and pit stops will be coming up. We'll be right back after the pit stops to reset the field and get back going here for the final stage of the Bojangles 300 on the SimWorld Racing Network, the All-American Racing League Cup Series, race 26. Welcome back to Darlington Raceway, home of race number 26 for the All-American Racing League Cup Series, Bojangles 300 here from Darlington. 220 laps, the total distance will be running tonight. Good news though, folks, we are already 142 laps into it, so you are tuning in at the right time here as we head down the back straightaway. You can see the cars there as they work their way into turn number 3 and 4. So a couple cars able to get out in front of the Hoots, or the Bledsoe 42 during pit stops. Looks like it's going to be Riley Hoots and Dave Hare from the front row on this one, so definitely able to beat the Bledsoe 42 off of pit road. So we'll reset the field here momentarily as they should be getting the one to go sign this time across the start finish line. They do, as the lights are out on the the iRacing pace truck. You're gonna have Hoots and Hera on the front row. Bledsoe and I believe Cam Harris will be row number 2. Nope, sorry, scratch that. It'll be Kurjalek and Bledsoe in row number 2. Then you have Cam Harris and the 20 machine. That is Larry Garnets, who will make up row number 3. Ken Pack on the inside of row number 4. Outside him will be the Kelly Thomas 28. Then it looks like Chad Snyder, who is still, looks like Chad is still 1 lap down. So behind Thomas will be Lerfano, and then James Nelson as the 26 and the 2 car both are still down a lap to the leader at this point of the race. As the field gets set double wide here as they work their way off of turn number 4. Safety vehicle down to the infield as we get set to go back racing as the field enters the Geico restart zone, this time out of turn number 4. Green flag is up and we are racing back down into turn number 1. New leader Riley Hoots will lead the way over Dave Hera. Alan Bledsoe, Cam Harris on the inside of Kurjalek. He'll slide up in front and take that 4th position off of him as they work their way out of 2 down the back straightaway. Further back, we have some action on the track. That was Lerfano and Nelson looking to the inside of the 26 machine of Chad Snyder. Lerfano able to get through. Nelson will have to work him over a little bit more down the front straightaway. Oh, Chad looked to give him the top side, but James didn't know that as he went even lower on the front straightaway to get that move done. We'll turn our attention back up front though, as it is now Alan Bledsoe looks to make a move on the inside of 15. He's able to pull side by side this time. Off of 4, able to clear up in front of the 15 as they work their way down the front straightaway. Bledsoe makes the pass on Hera, and that's going to open the door now too for Cam Harris to bring it through into the top 3. So move Cam Harris onto the podium for the first time today. He is up into the 3rd spot in front of Dave Hera. Back to 4th after starting on the outside of the front row on the restart. He is moving the wrong way here early in this one. See if he's able to level out and rebound to get a few of these spots back as we work towards the end of this one. So the field continues to roll under green flag. Riley Hoots continues to lead the way here in this one after starting on the front row in stage 3. Field works its way through 3 and 4 as we come down to complete lap 149 of the 220 laps, so about 71 laps to go here this evening. So definitely be interesting to see how the pit strategy plays out if this race continues to stay green. Obviously we saw the ability of the Hera machine able to go 43 green flag laps in that first stint, and then everyone went 40 laps at the end of that second stage. So we'll see if the winning move is to stay out and run off as many laps as you can, or come down a little earlier and get used to those fresh tires soon. As we'll see, hopefully we can stay green and see that strategy play out here in this one, but looks like there's a bit of a battle developing here for second position, as Bledsoe under attack for the first time from the 27 of Harris. Turns 1 and 2, the top 3 nose to tail as they look at turn number 2 right here. Been able to close the gap a little bit between himself and the 91 as they head down the back straight. The gap's about a quarter of a second. That time into turn number 3. Back in the pack is 4th place Dave Hara, 5th place Dave Lafano, 7th place Ken Peck, and 8th place James Nelson here. Oh, we start pretty up here. 6th Ken Peck in 7th. As we watch this group circle around here and see if anyone can make up any ground on these 8 cars in front of them who have opened up a bit of a gap back to these guys as Cam Harris sits about 3 seconds in front of this group. 56 and 7th. Turns 1 and 2. Let's take another quick look here at what we got going on. So we are down to 79 degrees Fahrenheit wind temperature, or air temperature, and 83 degrees for the track temperature. Sitting at about quarter after 8 sim time here in Darlington, South Carolina, as we get to the end of this one. About 60 laps to go here from Darlington as we are working lap 161 or 220. Looks like David is pushing hard here to get around the 15, but as I say that, the announcer's jinx as Dave got up into the outside wall that time. He gets a good run off of turn 4 and see if he's able to clear Dave Hera as they work down into 1 and 2. Hera that time is into the fence. Let's see if that slows him down enough as, ooh, now everyone's hitting the fence. That's going to open the door for Kurgelek as both Hera and Fano made hard contact with the outside wall off of turn 2. Fano back up into 4, but Kurgelek capitalizes on that mistake as he is now up into the 5th position and beating down the bumper of the number. Hoots continues to lead the way here on lap 164 with Bledsoe and Harris up front. We've got Hera, Kurzelek, Fano, and Kempak battling for spots 4 through 7 right here on the screen. As Kurzelek figure out to the back bump of that 15 car, has to drop off a little bit. Now he's going to cut it down on the middle and exit of turn number 4. Not able to make the move quite yet, but still right there on the back bumper. Battle between these 4 riders. Looks like they've caught the back of the 27 now. Cam Harris going the wrong way, obviously. Maybe a bit of an issue for Cam Harris here in the middle part of the stage as he's going to get easily passed by these first 2 cars. The 15 and the 41 will roll to the inside as Cam will bounce it off the outside wall through 1 and 2. Looks like Ken Pack has been able to also slip by the 8 of Fano a little further back. Back there into turns 3 and 4. Way down on the inside. Getting out of the way, leaving it to these guys up on the high banks. He's a big close there for the 41 as he gets a great run off of turn number 4. Looks to the inside on the entry of turn number 1. Holds the bottom line as Hera gets up into the wall, bounces back down. They might have made a little bit of a slight contact, but Kurt's able to make that pass on the 15. Now the 16 also going to look to get the same thing done on the entry at turn 3. He's going to think better of it and get back in line behind the 15 this time as he also makes a run on the 41. Going down the front straight, 16 to the side of 15 and this time he is able to clear him on the entry of turn 1. Contact with the outside wall. That is the 16 of Ken Pack up into 4th, Hera back to 5th now, as this is the battle for 3rd through 6th on 7th on the screen, as Hera is still running in 7th back there in the 27. Hera well as he used the bottom to sneak by the 15 on the entry to turn number 1 and 2. He's able to clear him and pull a little bit closer to himself and the hair of 15. A little further up, now he's trying to hold off the number 16 car as we work to complete lap 171 for these guys. As come back hard on the inside to the route, and will clear the 41 halfway through the corner. So back to the inside, not able to get that done as he will now fall in line and head down the back straightaway. Select 41 as he now opens a bit of a gap to the 41 as he works his way back to third place in this one here on lap 174. Guys, last on pit road at lap 140. They're going to split the stage into 240 lap stints. We should start to see some cars head down pit road here in any time now as we work towards completion of lap 176 as the leaders work their way across the line. Still Riley Hoots leading Alan Bledsoe here as the two teammates over 6 seconds back to the Ken Pack number 16 there in third position. Last week looked well on his way to picking up his first All-American Racing League Series Cup win last week there at Daytona, but a bit of a technical issue blinked out and caused the Bledsoe machine to get a little off center on the back bumper, that 91, and the result was the 91 getting spun out back up the track and just barely clipping the 26 of Chad Snyder. And then there was a bit of a drag race between the 42 and the 26, but the 26 had a ton of momentum after a great push on that last lap. Propelled him to his first win of the year and locked himself into the playoffs with that win. So obviously Chad very excited with the results last week, having a bit of a tougher week this week as he currently sits one lap down to the field after an earlier race incident saw him get loose out of turn number 2 in hard contact into the inside wall, forcing him to use his fast repair as the mechanical meatball flag was displayed to him. But up front, we still continue to see a two-car race between the 91 and the 42 at this point in this one. As they work their way off of turn 2 down the back straightaway, we'll take a look back at the Ken Pack 16. We'll go back to Bledsoe as he got way loose that time off of the corner, and he's able to regain control and get back in line behind the 91, but definitely had his hands full that time off of turn number 2. Take a look a little further back as Ken Peck has managed to open up a bit of a gap to the cars around him. He's 1.6 seconds between himself and Kurgelek there at the top of your screen. And then from Kurgelek back to Lefano number 8 is roughly sitting at about 2.1 seconds. So pretty stretched out field here in the middle part of this stage, as it looks like pit stops are underway. And the first car to pit road is Dave Hare in his number 15 Gamer Tube Elite Chevrolet Camaro. He is on pit road. Will be the start of this pit stop cycle, as we hopefully should see some more cars come down pit road. As I say that, it also looks like the 75 auto serve machine of Nelson is on pit road, and Hoots and Bledsoe also are on pit road at this time. Pack and Kurgelek though elect to stay out on track here, as we have reached lap 183. So let's, like I said, if they're looking to split this race, the stage in half, this is about the time we should see pit stops. Looks like someone had a bit of an issue. Kelly Thomas might have made some contact with the tire barrels. Let's see here what happened on his way down. So he stays up. Really late entrance to pit road. Just too fast entering, and he is going to get himself into the tire barrels. On the outside of the tire barrels, able to back up and get the car headed back down pit road. So able to recover without too much damage, I don't think, or lost time. But Ken Pack still on track, holding on into the first position in his number 16 machine at this point. As the field works its way, as more cars head down pit road, as you can see, we have Lefano, Harris, and Garns all heading down pit road together. So that'll be a few more cars making their final stop of the race. Just a handful yet to come down. Looks like Ken Pack is headed down this time. Gets that car load down in time for the scoring loop to say, yeah, it's time to pit. But as I say that, Kurgelek stays out on track, and he will lead his first lap of the race here at lap 186. This is going to open the way for Alan Bledsoe to be the first car. Now that's off the complete. He's able to rally around Riley Hoots during the pit stop cycle. So that'll be good for the Bledsoe Ford 2. As Kurgelek, he finds himself heading down pit road at this time now, as he gets down to pit road speed. And we'll see him take probably more than likely 4 tires and a full tank of fuel. But Ken Peck now completes his pit stop, as he will head back out onto the track. He will be, let's see here, currently in 4th position, but once they circle back around and pass Kurgelek, that'll move Ken back into 3rd position, as he's able to sneak out of pit road up in front of the Hera 15. So Alan Bledsoe now across the line. He will regain the lead this time down into turn 1, as he will pass the outside of Mike Kurgelek, as Riley Hoots is there in the second also. And now Ken Peck will make the same pass, as now Kurgelek will join back in the field. He should come out in the 6th or 7th position once he gets back up to speed. Up front, though, the cars on the top of the scoring pile. Once again, it's in a different order, though, this time, as Alan Bledsoe wins the race down off of pit road, and he will be the leader here as we work lap 188 of 220. So just about, let's see, 32 laps to go before the end of this one, 33 maybe. We work on, like I said, working a complete lap 188. So far, a pretty clean race. Only one caution for incident so far this afternoon. And it was in the middle of stage number 2. Involved the 54, Chris Sapper and Travis Rodriguez, who are both unfortunately out of this one at this point of the evening. 27, who says, don't mind me, I will get out of your way, but that is going to let the Riley Hoots machine make a big move to the inside down into turn number 3 and 4. He is going to jump back in front of the Bledsoe 42, and you got a new leader this time out of turn 4. Let's take another look at what happened there, as obviously Cam Harris trying to get out of the way, do the best he can. That slowed up the Bledsoe 42 a little bit, open the door for Riley Hoots to drive through the inside here. We'll take another look. You can see Bledsoe's just slow on that outside because he was trying to avoid the 27. That opened the door for Hoots to make that pass and get So now Hoots is back in control, and the cat and mouse game continues up front. This time, the mouse being chased is the 91, and the cat is the 42. Side by side this time out of turn number 2. Looks like Bledsoe's going to be able to make the move on the inside as they head back down to turn number 3. Switch it again, the 42 now back to the lead here on lap 192. Keep an eye on our top 5. Pack Hare, Lafano still run 3 through 5th. Courage Black, Nelson, Garant sitting currently in 8th. Kelly Thomas, 28, number 28, currently sitting in the 9th position. 1 lap down. Chad behind him, also 1 lap down, currently in 6th. Looks like Cam Harris has brought his car down to pit road. Not sure if there's an issue on it or if he just is not comfortable and needs some repairs on that one. As not 100% sure. Looks like he is out of this one. So it's Cam Harris will disconnect, and he will finish in roughly about the 12th position. But up front, it still leads the way as Allen Bledsoe over Riley Hoots here, as we have down to 26 laps to go that time across the line for these two out front. They are leading the way by about 9-10 seconds is the distance between first and third. Chad nicely moves over out the way of the lead field down to turn number 1. And to continue to potentially battle it out here as we work towards the end of this one. Possible connection issues there for Riley Hoots as he continues to blink in and out of the screen. And we got to resolve itself here late in this one as we got on board the 42 Bledsoe continues to pace the field here, opening about a 2.3 second lead. 4 second over Riley Hoots here in this one, as he works his way down the back straightaway. Hoots running in second here. All the way back to Ken Pack, who is 12 seconds back of the leader, but only a handful of seconds, not a second at all, in front of that 15 of Dave Hare, who's looking for a strong third place finish here in the last race of the regular season. Ken Peck has it though right now as they come down to the line with 18 to go. Look a little further back behind them, you have the Courage Elect and the Lurfano machines going at it here, back to 5th and 6th right now. Excuse me. As they work their way through turns 1 and 2. Lurfano getting a little bit loose there. That allows Courage Elect to close right back on his back bumper. Not able to make the move quite yet, but they work their way through turns 3 and 4 now. There's a great run on the bottom. Going to be able to pull side by side with Lurfano down the front straightaway. Able to clear him by the flag stand. Put the put the Courage Elect 41 up to 5th. Lurfano back to 6th. Now maybe go to work, set his sights on the back of the 15 of Hare. 2 seconds in front of him right now at this point there. You can see the gap back from the Hare machine to the Courage Elect machine as they work down the front straightaway with 16 laps to go that time across the line. $15 laps to go here from Darlington Raceway, the Bojangles 300. 220 laps or 300 miles, the total distance this evening. We are down to the last 15 of those laps as we get ever so close to crowning the 2026 regular season champion as well as the winner here at the Darlington Raceway. And it looks like it's going to be the same guy who picks up both those crowns, as currently the 42 coming in today, leading the points. Let's take a look here, leading the points over Dave Lurfano by 38 points, I think, is the gap. I'm not really good at math like this, but he continues to lead the way here in this one. So let's take a look here. So yeah, 38 points over Dave Lurfano is Alan Bledsoe. So pretty much by showing up and taking the green flag, he was able to lock up the regular season championship. So that will be a big bonus to him as he will pick up 15 bonus points heading into the playoffs, as those 15 points will be added to his playoff starting total. As it sits right now, he's well on his way to also picking up the 5 points for the win towards that, and he will start the playoffs with the most playoff points. Obviously, with the 15 bonus points, he already has 36 playoff points, plus another 38, plus a potential extra 5 there, and then 15 regular bonus points. So he's looking at almost 3,000 and about 55 points to start the playoffs, when the 16th place guy will be coming in with 3,000 points. So pretty much he could take a whole race off and still not have many guys pass him once the playoffs start. But before we can talk that, we got to get through these last 10 laps as he continues to lead the way here by 3.5 seconds now over the Hoots, number 91. 7 laps to go that time across the line for the Bledsoe. 42, we keep an eye back here on the battle for what is now 5th and 6th between the Kurgelek 41, the Lorfano 8. They work off of turn number 4. Good run will close the 8 right back up to the back bumper of the 41, heading down into turn number 1. He's able to make a pass on him in the closing laps of this one. Under 10 laps, or 6 laps actually, as the leader crosses the line. Both of those cars here on screen hard on the outside wall that time out of turn number 2, as they are pushing hard for every last bit of speed on that is left in these cars, specifically the tires, as they are getting worn out here, as the last time they were down pit road was about 30 plus laps ago. Not that button, this button. These cars were all on pit road roughly, like I said, 30 laps or so ago. So these tires are starting to maybe not be the most productive tires on the racetrack, but it is what they have as they finish out the final 5 laps here. Through turns 3 and 4 down across the line. Continues to be Alan Bledsoe, though, leading the way, much like he did back here in April, winning stages 1, 2, and looking for the big checkered flag at the end of this one to crown himself the 2024 regular season champion, as well as the car to beat heading into the playoffs, as he will start with the most points out of everyone. 4 to go that time across the lines. He works his way down the back straightaway. A gap of a gap of 6.7 seconds now between himself and the car behind him. So currently the way it sits, we only have, I think right now, there's only 8 cars on the lead lap, with Garns being the last one on the lead lap. He is not far in front of the Bledsoe 42 at this point. So we will see if he is able to catch up and put the Garns car another lap down. But as he crosses the line, 2 to go this time for Bledsoe as he works his way through turns 1 and 2. About 2.6 miles to go here before he is able to be crowned the 2024 All-American Racing regular season champion. Flag in the air from the starter. Final lap of the Bojangles 300 here from Darlington. As obviously this one could coast it home from here for Bledsoe. 8.8 seconds back to the closest competitor on track behind him as he works behind the Garns number 20 down into turns 3 and 4. This time out of turn number 4, checkered flag in the air for the number 42 American Tire Distributors Chevrolet Camaro. That is tonight's winner. Alan Bledsoe picks up the victory, as we will check back here with looking for Riley Hoots. He will work his way off of turn number 4. He will be in 2nd place. Then we'll look a little further back, as there will be Ken Pack rounding out tonight's podium in 3rd. Dave Hara coming home in a strong 4th. And late in this one, Dave Lafano able to sneak by Mike Kurgelak to pick up that 5th position. Kurgelak in 6th. James Nelson comes across the line in 7th. And that is it for the running of this one, folks. If you stick with me here momentarily, we will try to interview the top 3 drivers from tonight's Bojangles 300. We will be right back in a second with hopefully the 3rd place finisher, Ken Pack. Hey Ken, it's Nathan up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey Ken, Obviously, not really the starting spot you were looking for tonight, not the best qualifying effort, but able to pull it out there towards the end and finish with a solid podium. That's got to feel pretty good here from Darlington. All right, thanks very much for that, Ken. Hopefully we'll talk to you here as we get into the playoffs, and we'll talk to you, have a few more interviews from you.
Appreciate it.
All right, that was third place finisher Ken Peck. We'll see if we can get a word with tonight's runner-up in the number 91, Riley Hoots. Hey Riley, it's Nathan up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Big second place finish for you tonight. A little better than last week after that last lap mishap, unfortunately, but solid way to end the regular season, get you some momentum going here into the playoffs.
Yeah, certainly happy with the second place there after the heartbreak last week. Daytona has broken my heart twice this year, so I was really looking for a good run this week. Felt like I was pretty evenly matched there with Alan until the last set of tires and just made a mistake and let him get too far away and burned up my stuff. But yeah, really happy with the second place and the momentum going into the playoffs. I think we picked up a couple of spots tonight in the points to get a couple extra playoff points as well. So looking forward to it for sure.
All right, thanks a lot, Riley. Good luck in the playoffs, and hopefully we can talk to you a handful more times here before the end of the year.
Yeah, thanks, Nathan. Appreciate all you do, man.
Okay, that was second place finisher Riley Hoots, and now we'll get a word with tonight's winner and regular season champion, Alan Bledsoe. Hey Al, it's Nathan in the booth. You got a copy?
I got a copy, Nathan.
First off, just want to congratulate you on the win and the regular season championship here. So you're going to have those 15 extra points added to your total going into the playoffs. So that's a big boost here to end the regular season and set the momentum in the right direction for the playoffs.
Oh yeah, it's a big deal, really big deal for me. I was really trying hard after I got it. I think where was that? Pocono, I think I got it from Lorfano, 'cause he missed a race. That's right. And was just watching that gap. Screwed Richmond. Oh my goodness, Richmond was really bad. But ever since then, I've been pretty good. So, happy about the regular season points championship. Happy about this win. I mean, Riley. I think Riley, once the sun went down, I think he was the better car. But he just made a couple of mistakes and I got stuck. I don't know if you caught it, but I got stuck behind Cam Harris when he was a lap down or going a lap down. And oh my goodness, I had to slam on the brakes. And that was how Riley got around me. And Riley just 2 laps later in the same corner, he lost focus, I think is what he said. And he just missed his mark, tried dragging the brake, and it just did not go very well. And I had a huge run, something he couldn't stop, and I was able to complete the pass in 3. But yeah, win feels good. I'm really actually quite proud of this league for how strong it's gotten. Juggles really stepped up his game especially in the first run. He did fantastic, but I think he missed his pit entry. So, I mean, feel bad for him because he had a really strong car, especially at the beginning of the race. But everybody here, they've done really well, just getting better and better in these cars, and looking forward to the playoffs. It's going to be a fun time.
I'm looking forward to them too, and again, congrats on the 2 victories tonight, and hopefully we'll talk to you a few more times here before the end of the season, and good luck in the playoffs.
Oh, I'm counting on it. I hope to talk to you every race. No guarantees, but hope to.
All right, sounds good, Alan. Have a great night.
All right, see ya.
All right, that was tonight's winner and regular season champion Alan Bledsoe picking up the win here for the second time on the year at Darlington. We're going to take a quick look here at the final race results before we call it a night from Darlington here as they load up on the screen. As we mentioned, Alan Bledsoe picks up the win in his number 42. Right behind him, teammate Riley Hoots with a bounce-back performance after a last lap incident last week, costing him the victory. Ken Pack comes home in a solid third position. Then Dave Hara and Dave Lafano round out the top five in fourth and fifth. Michael Kurgeluk, James Nelson, last two cars on the lead lap in this one, sixth and seventh. Then first car one lap down was Larry Garns. Kelly Thomas also one lap down. 10th place after last week's win, Chad Snyder. Got himself 2 laps down a little earlier in the race due to some contact with the inside wall, not able to recover and get back on the lead lap, so 10th place for Chad. Tyrone Yo Jr. bringing home 4 laps down in 11th, and then the 3 cars that weren't able to complete the distance were Cam Harris, Travis Rodriguez, and Curtis Sabrin. And that is the results tonight from the Bojangles 300. Thanks again for tuning in on the SimWorld Racing Network. My name is Nathan Christensen, and we will be back on the air next week with the round of 16 and race number 1 in the 2024 Cup Series playoffs from Atlanta, Georgia. The 1.5 mile super speedway of Atlanta will bring race number 1 to you in the playoffs. So again, thanks for joining us. I hope you have a great week. Make sure you tune in on Friday night as the QFRL boys get another race going here for you on Friday night. 8 o'clock is green flag, so probably Dave and Dave will be on the air just before then. Make sure you tune in and catch that fun racing this week on Friday evening. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next week, and have a great rest of your evening.